is my affordable luxury handbag collection under $450. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos every week. So I wanted to showcase some of my favorite like affordable luxury, mid-tier luxury, all leather handbag brands. I have a ton of bags in my collection that are vegan leather, like Baze, like Freya. I also have a ton of Longchamp. And as much as we love those brands, I wanted to do one specific to calfskin. And then if you want to see another video on like the vegan leather ones or like mainly not leather handbags, let me know as well. Also felt like this was an easier way to do like a digestible handbag collection video, because the last time I did a handbag collection video in 2023 maybe, it had to be 2 parts. It was like an hour long to do everything. It was just like too much. So we're gonna break it up into like little sections and subcategories, if you will. So let me know if you're interested in like a vegan leather one or like not leather specifically. But yeah, let's get into it. I feel like we have to start with my first. Like that makes the most sense for this video. This is my first handbag. I got this maybe my sophomore year in high school. I picked it up at the outlet. This was at the time under $100, maybe at most like $120. And I saved up so much money to get this. I was making like $10 an hour at the time, which keep in mind back then, minimum wage was $7 an hour. So like I definitely thought I was balling, okay, for like being like what, 14, 15 at the time. But this was the bag that I picked up. I don't remember what style this is, but this is very much iconic to Kate Spade back in like the mid 2000s, like early 2010s, if you will. And I have not used this bag in years, probably 10, maybe not 10 years. I probably haven't used this bag in like 9 years, but I have kept this bag for so many reasons. For one, I mean, I thought this was a really, really good purchase for the price that I paid. Is this an outlet bag? Is it not like the highest quality? Sure. But given that it's like this like Saffiano leather, it was very durable. Considering also like the light color on the bag, I didn't have that many like scratches on it or anything. I loved the versatility of this bag. You can wear this as a top handle and as a crossbody. They had a ton of pockets within this bag. You can also open up the bag to like fit more stuff. Just truly like an iconic bag for the time. And I really haven't gotten rid of this, even though I haven't touched it in 8 years, is because this reminds me so much of like my hard work. Like this is the reason why I am doing so much and I love what I do. And I feel like ever since I was younger, I've always been like doing different things. I've always like worked a little bit here, had an interest doing this. And so for me, like this reminds me of my hard work. And I say that a lot about like the handbags in my collection. I don't come from family money. I don't like, money doesn't just like fall from the sky for me. So whenever I do make these really big purchases, I'm truly like so excited to share something that I am able to treat myself with because of my hard work. So this is the first handbag that kind of started it all with this collection. I did have another Kate Spade backpack that I ended up selling, unfortunately. And that one was hard to sell as well, because that was what started the like friendship between me and my college best friend. We were in like an orientation together and she's like, oh my God, I love your backpack. And that's how we started becoming friends. Unfortunately, that one's no longer in my collection, but I do have one other Kate Spade bag. This is the Kate Spade Smile. I take this out maybe once a year. I don't think they make this style anymore actually, but I think this was probably one of my first shoulder bags. This is also probably the brightest color bag that I own. I think something that felt very full circle for me is that the Kate Spade bag was my first handbag purchase with my own money, and Kate Spade eventually gifted me this bag when I started posting more on social media, which it feels so full circle. I don't use this bag as much as I probably could. I don't have any cons to say about this bag truly, other than actually the fact that this bag gets really bad color transfer for some reason. It's easy to rub off. So I guess that's that like counteracts it. So it's like fine if you get it out like early enough. But I do really like taking this to like usually in the summer or like parties. Like this is kind of that statement bag. I don't want to carry like a really expensive bag if I'm going to a party where people are drinking in bars and you're getting squished and stuff like that. So I feel like this is a really good option to bring. Such a fun pop of color. This was perfect like during the Barbie era. So love, love, love. Sticking with shoulder bags, I feel like we have to talk about the Songmont and Polène. Unfortunately, only one of my Polène handbags now qualify under the $450 price points. And there's no reason for me to include those bags that are now over $450 in this video, even though I bought it for under $450 because you can't buy it for $450. You know what I mean? So it like doesn't make sense to include it in this video. We can include it in a separate video, but I wanted to include the Songmont Luna because through all of the popularity, through the virality of this bag, they have not raised the price on the Songmont Luna. I've been eyeing this bag for probably 2 years. I guess from when I first noticed it to now is 2 years. And they have not raised the price. This bag has consistently stayed $350 and truly am so impressed with the way that like how many different ways you can wear this bag. You can wear this as a shoulder bag. You can take off the strap, pull it in like this, turn it into a little dumpling. It also comes with a crossbody strap. Like there's just so many different ways you can wear this bag that I am so impressed. I think this is an incredible, incredible option if you are deciding between this one and the Polène Numero 10. I do have a comparison video between the two if you're interested in seeing that. I think both are similar enough. If you're looking for a standard color like black, which both brands do, I honestly would opt for Songmont because of the price difference. I do fortunately have both, so I don't feel like I need to like pick necessarily, and I really got the Songmont because of the color. I really like this jade color. I don't really have anything like this in my collection, and Polène doesn't really do this green color other than the Tonka that I have in green. But for the most part, I think this is a really, really good option if you're looking for this kind of like half moon shoulder bag versatile vibe. Speaking of Polène, we do have to include the one Polène bag that is still under $450 that you can get today. And that is the micro Polène. I think this is the micro size, nano size. I don't know, the smallest size that this comes in. She is so stupidly tiny and cute that I'm like obsessed with her. I do have a limited edition one that they gifted, I think, to like influencers, and then they ended up discontinuing the same like size in the Neuf. So pretty much this one's the only one left, and I think these are so stupidly tiny. They don't fit much, but it fits more than you think. It fits like your car keys, your lip gloss, and a couple cards. It doesn't really fit your card holder, but it's the essentials. This is the only style now under $450, which is kind of crazy these days because I feel like Polène prices have gone up quite a bit, and it definitely makes me think a little bit more before making my next purchase. I want to be very intentional with what I'm adding to my collection these days, so definitely a little bit more thought, especially with the new prices, but she is so cute. I love it. The next style we have to talk about is Open. Open like threw me through a whole loop. Maybe this time last year when I got my Open bag, everyone was like, oh my God, where'd you get it? This was also seen all over celebrities. Like Olivia Rodrigo was wearing it, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez. Everyone was wearing this bag. I truly was like, wait, is this brand like a social experiment? Like, I am confused. And then all of a sudden, they announced it on their Instagram. They were like, we're shutting operations down. We need to take a mental health break or something like that. And I was like, okay, weird, but I get it. And then like a couple months later, they came back, but they only released certain styles again. But the price point is kind of the same still. I think it was around $300, $350 now. And I have so many questions. I think this is a really cute bag. This is also the only red bag that I own. If you're not wearing like a slippery sweater like this, it definitely stays over your shoulder. I'm glad I added a red bag to my collection because I'm not the type of person to go overboard with color. You guys know this about me. I'm very hesitant, very nervous about colors, pops of colors, because I tend to stick to my neutrals, if you couldn't tell. But I feel like having a red bag is definitely important, especially if I want just like a slight pop of color. And I feel like this is actually easier to wear than I originally thought, and kind of got me thinking like, do I want like a red Gucci Jackie? No, we probably don't need one. One red bag is enough, but I do really like this style. It's around $350. It's super lightweight. I'm not like a leather expert by any means, but I definitely don't think this is the highest quality leather, but I do think you get what you pay for $350. The last style is from Barakami. This is the Origami Knot collection. I did talk about this recently in my spring bag video because I feel like bucket bags are just very spring. I feel like you have to have a bucket bag for spring in general, and I do have both sizes. I had a couple of you guys ask to do a size comparison between these two sizes, so I figured I would include that in this video. But a couple key things to note about this bag before we get into the comparison. You can style this bag like 6 different ways, which I am highly impressed by. I also really like that this bag has these button closures, so I feel like with a lot of bucket bags that I've seen, really if there's any sense of security at all, it's really just like cinching in the hole, but it's still open and it's still out there. So I really like that this has a little bit of that extra security. It also has this flap of leather where you can attach it to the top as well for a little bit more security. And Barakami focuses on like shape-shifting styles, if you will. So this bag can be shape-shifted into a couple different ways, some of which are like this versus folding it like this and wearing it as a shoulder bag. Like there's just so many different ways you can wear this style. And I truly believe the more you can wear a bag, like all the different ways you can style it, if it's just with the top handle, with the crossbody as a shoulder bag, like maybe you can take off the strap and add in your own strap, like all the different ways you can like style a bag, I really believe that you're gonna wear it more often because nobody wants to carry the same bag every single day for the rest of their lives. They want to have something that feels a little bit different when you're using it. And I truly believe bags like this where you can shape shift is going to be perfect. I feel like I've yapped on enough. Let's do a quick little size comparison between both of them.
Okay, here you can kind of see both sizes of the Barakami Origami Knot. The smaller size does technically fit a laptop, but because it doesn't have as much structure, I don't really want to put that additional weight in the bag. However, I am able to fit my iPad, my AirPod Maxes, water bottle, dry shampoo, sunscreen, my phone, and a hand sanitizer and my wallet, and a couple little beauty products. I feel like that's pretty much packed to the brim. However, with the larger size, I'm able to fit both my laptop and my iPad, water, dry shampoo, phone, card holder, hand sanitizer. Everything fits a little bit better in this bag, including my AirPod Pro Maxes, sunscreen, and look at this extra space. So I'm trying to squeeze in this Dior cosmetic pouch as well, and it does fit. You can use my code on the screen to get 10% off your purchase.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see a like vegan leather / non-leather handbag collection, also under $450. I'd love to talk about that if that's something that you're interested in. But I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!